Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time to go over my Week 6 Challenges guide, which includes the locations of the Chili Gnomes, the secret banner for this week as well, and as you guys know, tips, tricks, and secrets for all of the other challenges. So that includes like the one where you have to throw an ice puck like super far. Got a very simple and straightforward way to do that, and of course I'll give you tips for the other challenges as well, like how to get eliminations with 3 different weapons super easily, and stuff like that, so that you guys can get closer to ranking up Lynx and Zenith, and also closer to the Ice King. But yeah guys, if you find these guides helpful and want to support me, be sure to use my creator code TheLlamaster in the item shop. Reminder, I believe it resets after 14 days of having a code put in there, so maybe double check, or if you haven't put it in yet, maybe you want to put it in and help support me. I appreciate it a ton, and thanks to all of you who have been doing that. But on top of that guys, be sure to leave a like on this video if it helped you out, and also comment what tier or level are you guys at. I'm always curious to see how far along you guys are in the challenges. And reminder, once you even get to tier 100, doing these challenges still helps a bunch to unlock stuff. Like Snowfall, I think, requires a bunch of weekly challenges to be completed. So yeah guys, but let's go ahead and jump into it. First of all, with the overview of the challenges, in case you guys aren't home to see them, in this video we will be covering the secret banner location, so you guys know where to go for that. But then for the challenges themselves, you've got the deal damage stages, also deal damage with 5 different weapons in a single match. Those are slightly different, I'll explain that. You've also got the search Chili Gnomes. I'll show you the locations you need for those. Also, eliminate opponents in tilted towers or lucky landings. Slide an ice puck over 150 meters in a single throw, which sounds tough, but I got an easy way to do that. And also visit different named locations in one match stages, and search an ammo box in different named locations. I got some tips and tricks for those as well. But yeah guys, let's go ahead and jump into it with the first challenge I want to go over in today's video, and that is the deal damage with 5 different weapons in a single match. Now this one is different than the stage one, because obviously that one is stages, this one isn't, and this one you have to deal damage with the different weapons in a single match. So that does maybe seem tough at first, but honestly it really isn't, as long as you got some tips and tricks to help you do it. Now obviously you could do it in solo or squads or something like that, but I personally feel that's tough, because I mean, getting the damage done with the separate weapons can be a bit tough in a game mode where you can get eliminated pretty quickly. So by far guys, the best way to do it is to do a big team limited time mode. Now depending on when you're watching this video, as you guys know, the 14 days of Fortnite event has been extended, so they're switching out the game modes a bunch, but still the big team modes should help you to do this, especially if they have respawns enabled, like Disco Domination or Team Rumble. Stuff like that helps a ton, obviously, because you'll be able to still do it in one match even if you get eliminated a bunch. So hopefully one of those is live when you're watching this video. Now as for the weapons, you may be able to use like different types of weapons, like different AR types. I'm not 100% sure about that, but like maybe if you use a burst rifle as opposed to a suppressed assault rifle, for example, it might be different. Also, I'm not sure if rarity is technically different, so if you want to be on the safe side, just use like an AR, a shotgun, a sniper, stuff like that. But honestly guys, as long as you're in a respawn mode, it should be pretty simple. But after that then guys, let's jump into it with one of the important challenges of this week, and this is like, you know, the extra challenge so to say, but it is the secret banner, or basically the one that's really similar to the secret star challenges. They're practically the same challenges, so it gets a little bit confusing, but similar to the secret star ones that happen after you complete all the challenges, this week it is a banner. Again, it's been switching back and forth, so next week will most likely be a star if it stays consistent with that switching. But yeah guys, if you want a free banner, I'll show you the location of where to get it here. As you guys know, the loading screen has been going around a bunch on Twitter and Reddit already, and there tends to be a little bit of a clue in that loading screen of like where the banner is. So yeah guys, but first of all, as a reminder, if you're new to these challenges, you do have to complete this week's challenges in order for this banner to show up. Now on top of that, you also have to complete the previous week's challenges as well, again on top of this week's challenges, for this specific banner to show up. If you've only completed like 4 weeks of challenges, you'll be able to get the week 4 one, stuff like that. I know it's a little bit confusing, but just to keep it simple, if you want this week's banner, make sure to complete all of the weekly challenges you have available. So yeah, once you've done that, you simply want to drop into game. Now the location that you want to go to is actually where one of the first challenges, I believe from the first week, happened. It is over at this Pueblo area on the bottom right portion of the map. Now if you go over there, just drop out of the bus and then glide over to the mountain on top that has the face on it and the crown of RVs. Now according to the clue, it should be somewhere within these RVs, so just search around a little bit, and as always, if for some reason the location changes or gets updated, simply check the pinned comment down below for updates on that. But really guys, I think it should be up here here, as long as you've completed the challenges that you need to complete. But yeah, guys, let's keep it going here with the next challenge I want to talk about, and that is the eliminate opponents in tilted towers or lucky landing. Now, this is interesting because those two locations are very, very different. Now, which one is going to be best? Well, guys, that's a difficult question to answer. And the reason I say that is because they are two very different locations. Tilted Towers is obviously super busy. There's almost always going to be a bunch of people there, but that also makes it harder to get eliminations sometimes because a lot of the loot gets taken, stuff like that. Now, Lucky Landing, on the other hand, should probably be a bit quieter, but with that being said, you'll probably not find a bunch of people there, so you may have to do a couple of games in order to get this challenge done. So with all of that being said, basically, I'd say it depends on your play style. If you're good in battles and can do fine at tilted, definitely go over there. That'll be the quicker place to get it done. But if you like playing a little bit slower, you know, maybe getting a bit of loot before you jump into battles, Lucky Landing might be the better option for you. But personally, I prefer tilted, and also I recommend solo, just because you can get the elimination right away. But yeah, guys, shouldn't be too difficult. But after that then, guys, let's talk about one of the most interesting challenges that personally I thought would be pretty tough at first, and that's the one where you have to slide this toy right here 150 meters, and that has to be done in a single throw, I believe. At first I thought this was going to be really tough because 150 meters is pretty far in game, but actually I was able to find a very simple way to do it, a very straightforward way to do it. So first of all, the pretty obvious thing is to have this item equipped. I believe it is unlocked at level 28 or tier 28 in the battle pass, so you do have to unlock that first. But once you have it unlocked, simply equip it to your main wheel of emotes just to make it easier. I mean, you don't have to, but you might as well, because then you don't have to go through in-game trying to find it. But once you have that, simply drop into a game mode. Doesn't really matter as long as it's not playgrounds. This is just an example here to show you how it would work. But once you're in game, simply drop at Greasy Grover, like where it used to be, the location next to Polar Peak. This works very, very well because it's a super flat surface, and also it's ice. I don't know if ice really affects it that much, but either way, this location works, so hey. But once you're there, get a little bit of mats because you want to build a bit of a ramp, and then make your way over towards the side pointing towards Polar Peak. Now, as you can see, simply build a ramp up towards the snowbank, turn around, and then once you're on top of there, simply use your emote to throw it, and make sure it goes down the ramp to gain speed. But as you can see, it will shoot across, and then wait for it. You keep on waiting for it to where it finally disappears, and as you can see, you can easily get above what you need for this challenge just by going to this location and doing it this way. But after that, then we have a couple of easy challenges to go over. We've also got the Chili Gnomes locations to go over. Don't worry, we'll be covering that as well. But these ones, first of all, the sort of easy ones. You first have deal damage type stages, and I haven't quite gotten to the other stages for this one yet, but as you guys know, the stage challenges are generally pretty easy, and I feel like this one will just have you go to other weapons or stuff like that. For example, here with the first part of this challenge, the first stage, it is submachine guns. So like for this one, I would personally just do a big team limited time mode. And really, guys, that's all you do need to do for these types of challenges. So that's what I would recommend probably for the other stages as well, if they are similar to the first one. But then after that, guys, you also have the challenge search an ammo box in different named locations. Obviously for this one, you're just going to need to go to different locations, and whenever you're at one, just search for an ammo box there. Now, a couple of tips to get this done even faster is to maybe use a Stormwing to go and try and string together a bunch of locations as fast as you can. Also, a quad crasher will help you with that as well. But on top of that, like the best places to find these ammo boxes is in the houses. So like for Pleasant Park, generally they're in the very top of the buildings. Sometimes they can be behind different furniture pieces. They're hidden all over the place. You just kind of have to look for them. But as a general rule of thumb, if there's a building with like a pointed roof on the top, if you know what I mean, a lot of the time there's an ammo box under there. But yeah, you might just have to search around a little bit, but honestly, it should be a pretty straightforward challenge. But keeping it going here with the next one, guys, let's jump into it with probably the most interesting challenge this week, and that is to search 7 chili gnomes, and I've got 7 locations to show you guys here. Now, real quick, guys, before we jump into it, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because I post these guides every single week to help you guys get done with the challenges as fast as possible with tips, tricks, and secrets. And if you guys don't want to miss those guides, the best way to know about them is to be subscribed and have notifications turned on. But yeah, getting back into it, first of all, what even is a chili gnome? Well, actually, these challenges are very similar to some of the ones that we've had in the past from, you know, past seasons. If you don't remember, like way back when, I think the first one was just to find regular ones though. And basically what they are is sort of like these little lawn gnomes, you know, the ones that go in front of houses usually. But this time, however, they are the chili gnomes. So as you can see right here, here's just a quick example of like what you're looking for. And again, I'll show you a bunch of the locations for these. But yeah, you just want to be looking for these right here, and you'll know you're near one because they make this sound that is like brrr, something like that. So just listen for that, and then you simply walk up to them, use your use key, whatever that is, and that's how you find the individual ones. But yeah, guys, let's get into it with the locations of these. And first of all, starting off with the one that I've already been showing you, this is one at Polar Peak. It is on the north side of it, as you can see, so just walk up to it, grab it, and that can be your first one, or whatever order you want to do these in. After that, there's also one in the Vikings village that is on the west side of the map. That one is on top of the hill, though, that sort of overlooks the village, like as you can see right here. Now this one's nice because you can then take a rift and probably actually take it over to where Greasy Grove used to be. There is one behind this house over here. After that, you've also got one at the sort of secret cave on the southwest portion of the map, so you go inside of there. It's up sort of on the snowy bank, as you can see, so that's an easy one to get. There's also one at the hill that looks over Tilted Towers, as you can see. That's also a pretty easy one to get too. Then for the sixth one, this one's kind of in a weird spot. It's near that cabin with the Christmas tree in it. On the west side of the map, you can see the Vikings village and Polar Peak from there, but you go over there, and then in between the trees is one as well. And then for the final one, this one is to the south of Shifty Shafts at that big tree on top of the hill. As you can see, it is sitting near the edge, so just go there, and that should be the final one that you guys need, and that should be it for this challenge. And then for the final challenge I want to talk about in this video, this one is pretty easy as well, but one of the things that's pretty good about it is that you can connect it with a couple of the other challenges. Now this one specifically is the visit different named location in one match stages. I know these aren't a fan favorite for a lot of people, but hey, they do allow you to try and knock out two birds with one stone. Now what do I mean by that? Well, basically, if you need to land at one location and then go to the next, that's two locations that you can also search for an ammo box at. On top of that, maybe you pick up a submachine gun, you can go for that type of challenge as well. Now with that being said, it also helps to try and go to these with a storm wing. Obviously guys, you can fly those through the air, so it's very easy to go from one location to the next very fast, and that will just help you get done with the challenge even faster. So yeah guys, but that is going to be the final challenge for this video, so I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more challenge guides coming up in the near future. On top of that, if you need week 5's challenge guide, that is on the left here, and then on the right going through a bunch of the changes in the recent update, and there's some interesting ones there. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.